Hey folks, it's Moxley here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us today for our October pay-per-view, AEW Out of Control, as we're on the road to challenging the WWE. As always, if you want to get social, you know what to do, and as I say, if you want to purchase the game for yourself or get the various mods of your other content creator stuff, please check the description below for the best places to go. So this pay-per-view is going to be on Fight TV, it's going to be on Bleacher Report Live, and it's going to be on In Demand, and we are at Oracle Park in the southwest region because we had an opportunity here to get over 40,000 fans, nearly 42,000 actually, so we're raking in the big money. So I'm hoping for a good show here that can kind of put us on the road to the next event, which I believe is possibly Full Gear. Just double check that. I was at Full Gear and Revolution mixed up. So Full Gear, so that's only 3 weeks time, so a 3-week build to that, and then we can head on to the December pay-per-view, which I haven't named yet, but I'll probably make that like the last week of December, so I can properly book towards it. Maybe make that like a proper end of year mega event. It's weird booking AEW in that kind of sense heading towards December, because in your mind, usually if you're booking WWE for example, oh, I've got the Rumble and then I've got WrestleMania, but here our big event was All Out, so you know you're kind of like in the kind of backlash kind of April, May kind of sense if you are WWE at this point, so it's quite interesting. But as I say, hopefully, as I say, we have a good show, and let's see how it goes down. So we've started the show with Cody having an elaborate entrance. These entrances can go under 5 minutes, so they don't come across as boring, so we've done that to start the show, because he's going to have a big entrance at this kind of event. And that was a 76, which was good to see. A wee bit of overness there. Only negative is morale. We'd about that had great heat and good wrestling, and had Cody defeat Sammy Guevara in 22-21 with a Crossroads. So it was a good opportunity for Sammy to get a good bit of spotlight. An opportunity for him to kind of defend Chris Jericho's honour here. And the 70 rating, both guys with the same level of performance, and Cody benefiting from a new move. And the public support, in terms of negatives, just Cody's low morale. Next up, we had the Women's Championship on the line, and it was a decent matchup that saw Nikki Storm defeat Hikaru Shida in 11:34 with the perfect storm, giving Nikki Storm the second defence of the Women's Championship. A 61 here, a good performance from Nikki with a 67 to Hikaru Shida's 46. No sense in taking the title off Nikki so far. I think you've got to build her up with the championship. Give a lot of the people that haven't really had opportunities here to get a good bit of exposure with Nikki, and then hopefully that benefits everyone in the long term. So a 61 rating for that match. After the matchup, basically Nikki Storm and Hikaru Shida, probably should have been the other way around, but the two of them anyway just shake hands, just to, as a sign of respect basically. I get a 48. Next up in our other women's matchup, it was a decent matchup that saw Toni Storm defeat Nyla Rose with the strong zero in just over 10 minutes. Toni was always going to win here. She still has a few attributes that don't quite work with this product, which is fair enough. As I say, hopefully she'll get them at one point. We also made this, I believe, our Mayhem match. Yep, just because I knew they weren't going to like Toni Storm, so I may as well take the hit and out in this kind of matchup. And I suppose you could use Mayhem as well, because it'd need to be some sort of chaotic match for Toni Storm to overcome Nyla Rose as well, so all those kind of aspects made me think it was the right decision. So Toni goes over, and will continue to work on the few attributes she needs to get the crowd to like her. And then she basically cuts a promo after the match saying she'd love an opportunity to face Nikki Storm for the Women's Championship. And there is certain attributes that she does need to get rid of that note that comes up. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it definitely was mentioned on the Grey Dog software forums plenty of times. I'll try and remember at one point, because I need to learn. Next up, Proud and Powerful, out of nowhere, decide to beat down Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. Don't know if they've said something, but yeah, they are not happy with Sky and Kazarian, and that gets a 60 rating. Sounds a bit random. You'll find out why. That's because we had good heat and decent wrestling in the next match that saw Lance Archer defeat Christopher Daniels, of course, in the SCU in 12:01 with a blackout. Lance Archer makes the third defence of his AEW TNT title, so a 59 rating here. I believe this was storytelling. It was indeed. Lance has beat every member of the SCU. Daniels has no backup here, and yeah, he gets the victory to defend his championship. After the matchup, we basically Lance beat him down, and that is the 64 rating. Reason for this is Daniels is retiring in this game, legitimately, within about a couple of weeks' time. So that was his big opportunity to go for the championship, and he's done. I don't think I'm going to put him in a match at Full Gear to kind of give him a send-off. We'll maybe give that as a send-off, and then Lance Archer can get the heat from that. So, a 64 anyway. You know, we set up a wee thing with SCU and Proud and Powerful going forward. Next up, we had a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, which saw Brody Lee defeat Darby Allin in 1943 with a running big boot, following interference from Priscilla Kelly. So a very good 77 here. Good chemistry between these two. Brody gets the win over Darby, and of course the newest member of the Dark Order, Priscilla Kelly, costing Darby Allin, and obviously what's going on there. Which means, interestingly enough, that Darby Allin is now a part of the Dark Order. Reluctantly, admittedly, but due to the interference from Priscilla Kelly, Brody Lee now has Darby Allin also added to the I keep saying in a circle, the Dark Order. So many factions in AEW. So 64 for that. You hope that that can give a wee boost to Priscilla's overness. Obviously the big exposure on pay-per-view with two over characters. But it was also interesting as well, they get a 77 for their match, and that was with a big hit in Psychology, so that could have been probably about an 82. But yeah, so interesting to see how Darby Allin does within the Dark Order. Next up, we had a superb matchup that saw the Titans defeat the Young Bucks in 1407 when Brian Cage pinned Matt Jackson with Machine Termination. This was 73. The Bucks with a far better performance, obviously, than Cage and Fatu, and obviously Cage and Camille are a bit awkward, but we'll keep them together for now. I know it doesn't work, but for my storyline, I can't need them to. We had to, as you can imagine, protect Matt Jackson from taking the pinfall, but it's one of the ones, the Young Bucks are always going to be the top tag team, or one of the top tag teams in the division. We need them getting other people over, and I felt like them losing here, straight away, you take Jacob Fatu and you take Brian Cage as an absolute threat in this company. So that was a plan, and fair play had to make Matt Jackson obviously be kept strong, but a 73 still a good matchup. We'll steal the show as well, that's why it was only 14 minutes, and it's good to see that we got that kind of result. So happy with that. And after the matchup, just beat them down even more. So again, try to get the overness on at Fatu and Brian Cage, and that was a 75 with the Titans beating down the Bucks. So I don't know if people will be happy with that, but as I say, we can check post pay-per-view if that does make a huge difference on their overness. Next up, Kenny Omega cuts a promo on Hangman Page in the co-main event. That was in 81. We all know the story. Hangman finally turns heel on Kenny, and they're about to have their big match up here. How will it go down? A 77. Not too bad, because we're trying here to get Hangman way over. It was a superb matchup that Hangman Page defeat Kenny Omega in 28-48 after using a foreign object. So a very lengthy match, because AEW tends to have the lengthier matches. I just feel with Hangman, well, one, Kenny had given a promise he'd put him over once. Hopefully put him over here means that he'll be over enough that Kenny will put him over more. But I feel like in this, similar to real life, he wasn't particularly over, not a lot going. But as time went on, and especially in real life, like I don't watch it much outside the big companies in US because I have limited time, so I wasn't too really familiar with Adam Page. But as time has went on, I've really grown to really enjoy his work, really enjoy his character. The Being Elite stuff when I started watching that's been really enjoyable, so hopefully we can make him into a megastar as well. And Kenny can always get back up with some great matches, so I don't have too much of a fear there. Negatives, just both guys. Inconsistency leads us to our main event. Moxley's promo just saying he's going to destroy, kick Pac, he's going to kick all his wee phony friends. Usual Mox promo, we know what he's like. That was a 79. And Mox versus Pac was an 84. Exceptional matchup, and we saw Moxley defeat Pac in 23-12 with a Death Rider. Even though in this matchup we also saw Pentagon and Phoenix attack Moxley. Moxley overcame the odds, Cena-esque, with his 6th defence of the AEW World title. In 84, 91 performance from Moxley, 83 from Pac. Excalibur was weak, but overall, very, very solid matchup. I just don't want to put the title on Pac at this present time. There is a good run ahead for Mr. Moxley. Overall, the pay-per-view itself drew a 79. Saying this particular mod, Killing the Business, that's fairly decent. As I say, it's opposite for the way I book it weird. I don't know if you really noticed, but in all my other mods, my main events are at the bottom, but in this one I've put it at the top and I've never changed it. It just kind of helps me realise, alright, I'm booking AEW, so main event at the top, but everything else is kind of down the bottom. But you can see here, started okay, then you get your women's division that you're trying to build up, your mid-card that you're trying to build up, and everything else was fairly successful. Increase our pop in 56 regions, because I say we are over time going to definitely move away from kind of real life realism, and we are going to go into proper fantasy mode. We're going to try and take as many folks we can from WWE. Fuck, they just got somebody really wanted and offered big money. We were offering Kevin Owens 150 grand a month. Like, we were properly giving him big money. So that's a bit annoying that never happened. But we'll obviously get away from realism because we want this to be like a proper war. Where it's WWE versus AEW. Hopefully we can make that happen. Damn, I'm gutted we never got him. How much are they paying him? We offered him so much more than that. But they've locked into a contract, a big wage, something that's going to be 40, so that could have been us. Axel t-shirt. Nah, I don't really want an Axel t-shirt. But we are signing Cesaro. WWE have not offered him a contract, so we are jumping straight in to get the Swiss Superman. Actually, I'm going to put you a heel because we are actually... Don't know if people realise I am quite the Cesaro fan. 24 days, perfect. Is evidenced by Money in the Bank winning my WWE save and winning the title. There we go. So got to even have Kevin Steen. But that's what it is. I thought that would have been a good shout. It's a wee bit realistic, Kevin Steen, because, you know, friends with the Bucks and that. Jacob Fatu is going to be a star. Jacob Fatu is going to be a star. Perfect that you both think that, because we are going to push him hard. That's why he's in the Titans, so we can have 2 stars made out of that. 855,000 viewers, and that was a buy rate of 1.36, so that's not bad. So we'll check a few things. Quick financial report. So we're 1.2 million, obviously, at the end of the month. That'll go down a good wee bit, but it seems like we're starting to clearly make money every month, so we can maybe be a bit more adventurous with contracts. And in terms of size, 73s, we're actually closing in on big, which is good. Yeah, we don't even need to worry about Puerto Rico and Hawaii, so that's good. So yeah, 73s, there's 72 in there was New England, I believe, which is one way. Do we need to worry about that? I don't think we do. But yeah, if we get that to 77, now we're a big company. Titanic will be a bit more. Or large, I keep forgetting large is in there because it was skipped in WWE. So the big thing with AEW is we're not particularly over in India, Oceania, Europe, Japan, and Mexico, and to an extent Canada as well. But we will work on those TV deals. We'll just make sure we cover the States. If we can improve the deal in the UK, we will, because I think the TV deals are still a bit iffy in this one. So I might need to just make the AEW network and just try and get our exposure out there. But yeah, overall, I'd say we're in a good position, and we'll just keep. We're here to basically have a bit of fantasy booking and start a war with WWE. Basically, that's the plan. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comment section. As I say, I'm having a good bit of fun with my saves. I'm not gonna lie. That's why there's daily content. Because trust me, I'm having a blast. So yeah, let me know how you guys are going. If you're using AEW in any particular mod, let me know how you're booking it. If you're using any kind of saves in KTV, let me know as well. Yeah, just let me know how your TW saves are going, because as I say, I'm having fun, and if there's anything I'm doing wrong, let me know, because I want to keep learning as well. So I'm going to stop while I'm on, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks again. Bye bye.